Hey there, Zane back in again. Another edition of Man with the Show. Hey, had a nice weekend. The weather's getting real hot now. Looks like we're getting into the summer. When this is recorded, we have hit phase 2 in New York City. And so far, so good. A lot of people complaining about, the sidewalks are getting a little crowded because all the restaurants are putting tables outside. And some people want to go in the stores and shop, but they can't do it. It's mostly pickups at the moment. So, hey, the cabin fever.
No, I got the madness. I got cabin fever. I've got it.
People still have it, and they're ready to shop. I can tell you that for a fact. But here, speaking of shopping and things of that nature, over the weekend there are a couple of stories that just popping out, and we did this on the fly because of what's going on, and you hear in the background the beeps and stuff like that. That's more information that's coming to me. We know about with HBO Max, ATT Warner, they've been having some financial difficulties, cash flow and stuff like that. There's been a lot of rumors. Some of it is partially true. Some of it is just, people speaking out from the back of their necks. It's all this all together. And, you don't know what to believe on that. And you got to be a bit afraid, but some of it you got to believe that it's going to happen. Clownfish TV over the weekend had put out a video, and thanks to Clownfish TV for putting this out on there, because I didn't even know this was happening. I talk about getting caught off guard at the moment, but supposedly Crunchyroll could be sold off. I mean, there's a lot of problems into the situation, like I said, financially. And the reason why we say that there's a possibility that it's sold off, you got to look into the perspective. Have you looked at the Crunchyroll site? It's not that great. They haven't done too many updates to the site. Also, the licensings, their own stuff, the Crunchyroll originals. Where's High Guardian Spice? It should have been out by now, especially now with HBO Max. I was surprised it wasn't on HBO Max. Their Twitter site hasn't seen any postings since February. Facebook hasn't seen anything since April. I mean, since the trailers came out. Now, I could knock on High Guardian Spice, says it's not going to do well, stuff like that. But hey, listen, the animation looks okay, but I know it's not going to, hit well with a lot of people. But the other thing is there's some other originals, like God of High School, stuff like that. You're seeing, like God of High School, you're seeing a date on that toward the summer. So we know that is coming forward. And a couple of standard animes that are coming from overseas are coming into play on there, like Dr. Stone and a couple of others that are listed to come. But overall, Crunchyroll hasn't had too much activity going on. Now, you could watch some of this stuff on HBO Max. They do have a Crunchyroll section. What does that mean that they put one section in there? Are they just going to phase it in there? I mean, like I said, DirecTVs could be on the way out. We heard about the Warner Games section, that they are looking for a buyer on that, and that they may be close to that. We're looking at possibly it could be going as far as $4 billion for the company, all their interactive games, like Mortal Kombat and a whole slew of others, on there that could end up in someone else's hand. Now, Crunchyroll, supposedly the word is that there are some interests from Sony. Now, Sony is the parent company to Funimations, and if Sony gets their hands on Crunchyroll, they'll be one of the largest online distributors of anime, period. I mean, you got two companies, a lot of product on there. I think the only ones they can pretty much compete with is Netflix, because that's been growing. The other smaller sites that are out there, they pretty much are going to stay on there. Even some of the what they call it, the sites that just show them illegally, that they don't even have that many. At one point, you could say separate, they were a bit of a competition, but now combine Crunchyroll with Funimations, you might get a large audience from both sites into there. Could end up bringing Funimation's back to life a bit on there, because I know they've had their issues, and they're still looking down at the sites of the Vic Mignogna lawsuit that is still ongoing, because right now it's being appealed. We haven't had too much on it, just a long process, and Ron Toye is just shooting his mouth off on on YouTube, which I would catch Ricada Law definitely on that. He breaks it down, and it's just, some of the stuff is just hysterical. You know, you got a case going, you can't open your mouth on that. But getting back to this, it is just, you know, amazing what is going on with AT&T. I mean, AT&T just put all their money into HBO Max. And, you know, you had the issues where people were confused with HBO Go, HBO Now on that. And I can understand why, you know, they kept those sites up, because not everyone, you like say, it's not on Roku, and it's not on Amazon, on the Fire Stick on there. You can't get, I don't think you can get it on Fire Stick yet. I know definitely not on Roku. And, you know, you're seeing a lot of other cable companies starting to offer it on there. You know, Hulu, I think, has it in their package. You can get it on their package unit also as well. I don't know how far is on that, because they had the live feeds from HBO and Cinemax as well on there. I mean, one good thing with the HBO Max I do like is the Turner Classics. Turner Classics got tons of stuff from the Criterion Collection. They got a mixture of movies all over the place on there. It's a good large selection, but you got to be careful where to look for them. When you go over to Turner Classics, you got to select A to Z. A lot of people, when they click in, they're not realizing they're just seeing just a small basis of the site itself. You have to click that A to Z, and you'll see everything that they have on there. You know, and the other half is, you know, the whole controversy with the Gone with the Wind that's affected on there. I mean, according to the financial officer, they say they're doing okay, you know, on there. But I think you can't gauge how many people are on your site, because you've drawn people from HBO Go, HBO Now into your site on there. So I would count those as already your customers. So you can't count on new customers on there. So I question the numbers on there. My question is, how many of those numbers are people that are already on HBO, and then new subscribers from there on, you know, separately outside that. So, you know, comment below. This is very interesting that's going on. Do we take this as rumor? Do we take this as, you know, that this is going to happen? I mean, we're already seeing $4 billion just for WB Games. $4 billion. What could Crunchyroll go for? You know, right now, AT&T is not considering Crunchyroll major. I mean, you've already seen it with a lot of the other sites that they're working on. You're seeing the evacuation of Rooster Teeth left and right. Everyone's leaving off there crazy off that company, you know, and the thing about it is their money is still, it's tight right now. It's very tight for AT&T. So in the bar down below, comment, like, support, share. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Man with the Show. There's a lot more coming on. Please stay tuned. The other thing is, thank you for those over the weekend. We had a boost in subscribers on there. Thank you. Welcome aboard. You know, thank you for hitting that subscription. We are moving a lot. You know, a couple of the episodes are doing very well, and there are other episodes that are not so well. I would say give those episodes that you see there, give them some love. You know, whether you like them or not, see what they're about. You know, I know a lot of people go by the title and like, I don't know. No, go by them, check them out. You never know, you might be interested on it, because there's a lot coming. And I'll tell you, we have a whole new stack of shows, and we're working on it right now. So until the next time, we'll check you out later. Hey, thanks for watching there. Once again, don't forget to hit that subscription, like. If you want to comment below, you can. Be sure to check us out on all of our other platforms on there, all listed down below. And we also have a merch store and a place where you can give us support to this channel.